What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here. And as you could tell by the title, we're talking about another Grail knife of mine that I freaking found. I'm so excited, so happy for that. I'm checking them off the list, man. There's very few now that I've been looking for that I need, or that I should say need, but you want, you know, because let's be real, this is all collection, right? It's nothing really neat. It's all just part of the collection, man. But I've been so fortunate to come across a lot of these ones I've been wanting throughout the years that I couldn't find, or that maybe at the time when I was younger couldn't afford, that I'm actually coming across now. And again, when I talk about Grail knives, it doesn't have to necessarily be a super pricey knife. It doesn't necessarily have to be a super rare knife. In this case, it is pretty rare, but typically it doesn't. It's just a knife that you really liked, you really want. You know, one that just calls to you. Whether it's aesthetically pleasing or whatever, you know, just or nostalgic of something that you know your dad used to have, or grandpa, or something that just you like, something that appeals to you. So that's what I'm talking about, Grail. So because I have all different types of grills. When I say grills, it doesn't necessarily mean super pricey or super rare. It could be again, the Espadas were considered one of my Grail knives, and I ended up getting them. You know, one that's kind of kind of still rare. You can find them on eBay now and then is and again, sometimes I was going to say this, I'm jumping all over the place, sorry guys, but this one I'm going to mention here is the Smith & Wesson Big Bowie, or Texas Hold'em Bowie. That was a part of my Grail knife, and that out of all the Grails I received, that's the only one that was a letdown. That's the only one that I ended up getting rid of. I got it, I ended up getting rid of it because of the quality. It looks super cool. I love the blade shape, I love the look of it. But when I actually held it in hand and actually saw the material, it was cheap, man. It's cheap, $440. You know, and the handle, every single one, I got 3 of them in return, about 3 of them. Every single one had cracks in the handles. The blades, or either something was wrong with the blade, either they're staining, the polish is a little bit, it scrapes super easy. So I just didn't, you know, I was like, man, it's just awesome concept, awesome blade shape. Just crappy material and crappy, you know, I just didn't care for it, just for the price that people were charging, you know. And mind you, back in the day when you could get them, they were like $40. So for $40, okay. But when now, if you find them on eBay, they're like $130 to $200. That they're not worth that at all. So that's the only one of my Grail knives that was on my Grail list that I took off, slashed off, because it's just wasn't for me. I guess I'm a little bit of a snob in that way. I like quality, man. I like my shit to be like, if it's old, or if it's or even old, even something you still can get, I want it to look cool, be of high quality, hold value, you know. So let's get started. Enough talk. So again, as the title says, the BK1 Brute. And this one is a Camillus. It's the sister company to Becker. So a lot of you, if you're a Becker heads, you all know this knife. And this is a Grail knife for a lot of Becker fans, including myself, man. I was looking for this for years. I've only seen in the last, I had this on my search saved in eBay for the last, I would say around 10 years, maybe 7 to 10 years. And out of 7 years, only one came up. And like a knucklehead, I at that time, I asked the guy, hey, would you take, you know, because you did have a buy now, but also had a make an offer. So I went to make an offer, and mind you, this was from it popping up within an hour. I said, hey, would you take, you know, a certain amount for a less? And then within that hour, boom, sold. Someone else just bought it for the whole price. So I was like, damn it. So I realized this isn't one you can't sit around or you can't negotiate on, because it's so rare. But mind you, that was about 4 years ago. So it's been 4 years since I've seen another one of these pop up. And so I found this one actually on, and I recommend them. They're super legit, super professional. Is Arizona Custom Knives. I subscribe to them. I think they're like a third-party broker for people that want to sell it, kind of like an eBay, but for knives only. I believe so. And this popped up, and I went right away. And I mean, as soon as I saw it, boom, you know, gave me an email, the notification, hey, a new Becker blade has been posted. I went on there. It was this one. Buy it now, quick as hell, because I know these things are gonna sell quick. Bought it immediately. So, and was I not super stoked to find out this knife came with the original box, the original Becker box, in pretty damn good condition. For, mind you, this knife started selling them in the 2000 to like 2005, 2007 ish. So, and I don't even know how many runs they did. You know, I mean, maybe someone that's a huge that has insight on this will know like how many runs they did within the 5 to 7 years, but not that many because you can hardly find this knife, and it's pretty desirable. You know, if it's a collector. Came with a Kydex sheath. All the paperwork still for the knife. The Kydex sheath is nice. It's a super nice Kydex sheath. Fits nice. Fits the nice knife. Fits the knife nice and tight. You know, very little rattle or anything. It's nice, secure sheath. Comes with the strap here to wrap it around. I guess if you want to put it over your shoulder or something. Probably need a longer one than that, but nice, generous belt loop. Got your buckle belt here. Just a perfectly executed Kydex sheath. Got your attaching points here. You know, actually, this is better than some of the other stuff they put out. You know, just crazy. And like I said, I was amazed to see it came with all the original paperwork, and you know, everything that all the care thing. And this one has like a little. If you want, you can freeze it there and take a look at that and read it. But those are all the different lines they offered. All these are discontinued except for that one. I think they still make, and the BK2 they make, but the Brute. This one here was the BK4 and the BK5, the BK1. All those are discontinued. So that's pretty cool. It came with all this stuff, and then not only that, mint in box. Mint, never used. And I don't know how the guy, he must have been a collector too, because look at this, no issues at all. The coating is absolutely intact. Never used, brand new in box. So I was so fortunate because even that one 4 years ago I was gonna buy wasn't new. It had scrape marks, it was a used knife, and the guy wanted a lot more than this one, I'll tell you that. So I lucked out. I was so lucky. Then this side you can see here is the branding BK1 Brute. It just says New York, and then it has the USA. So look at that. Absolutely beautiful, perfect condition. Now he even threw in the regular old-fashioned scales, but he also threw in these. I put these on because they look so much better than the hard plastic. I can show you on the standard. You know, they comes with these scales here. I have the other ones put away that he gave me, but it comes with those there. I'll show you that later because we'll do comparisons. But came with this canvas micarta handles. It just feels so good in hand. I mean, it's grippy, it's tacky, just in the right way, not too much. The grip on this is just awesome. I love the ergonomics of this. And this is what called to me, guys. Not just because this was rare, because like, oh, it's a rare knife. No, I love the look of this. I thought it was innovative when I first saw this freaking knife. And there's not that many people on YouTube that have videos on this. The one I saw that I was like, man, it made me freaking love it was the one that Chris Tanner did from Prepared Mind 101. He had one on there that he was even saying super rare. And that video was 10 years ago. So it tells you how old this is. But look at this. It has a hammering point here. And this whole thing, unlike most Beckers, this whole thing is 1/4 inch thick. So the Camillus was 1/4 inch thick. And it has this hammering point, which I thought was so cool, so innovative. You know, and people argue, I see online, and I looked at forums that, you know, of course, the 9 is going to be an all-around better knife, BK9 compared to this BK1 Brute. This right here is super good for batoning, but when it comes to chopping, it's more like an axe. It doesn't bite so hard, so it's not as great as a chopper as people think. But in my opinion, it chops pretty damn well. It chops pretty damn well from what I could see in a lot of these other reviewers and stuff like that, and I just love it. I love the look of it. I love the look of this. Since it's a collector for me, this is gonna be a collector's piece. I'm not gonna be doing demonstrations on this, obviously, because I wanted to keep the value of this, because I got a really good deal on this, and I'm pretty sure this is just gonna go up in value throughout the years since they're discontinued this and they're not bringing it back. And I'm just so fortunate to have it. And then this sucker came absolutely, since it's brand new, so they must, whoever did the edge on this back in the factory back then, man, they put a freaking razor edge. I'll show you here. Oops. You know what's getting caught on is that black coating. It's super sharp. There you go. But I noticed that black coating is causing a little drag. And I'm gonna tell you why. Go check out a couple of my shorts that I did. Shaved in my leg. This thing just peeled the hair off my leg like a razor. But on this paper, I think it's getting caught on that. Yeah, you guys can tell. It's razor sharp, but all the way through. But yeah, it's just getting caught on that black coating a little bit. But go check out my shorts I did on this. I shaved my leg, and it's funny, my wife gets pissed off when I do that, but I just want to show the sharpness of it. And it just, I mean, it was just with one pass, whoosh, smoothing all the hair off my leg, and you see the hair fall onto the floor. Super, super sharp. So let me show you a comparison. So here's the BK9. And the BK9 is actually a little bit bigger, I think, than this. I mean, this one may be a little bit longer. I'll go over the specs right now in a minute here, but the actual knife is a little fatter on the BK9, and it's a little thinner, so it's a little more slicier. You can see by the handle there. This is a full 1/4 inch. But so the BK9 is, that's what they said, this one's more ideal all the way around. I just love that. I love the look of this, and I love that kukri style shape with that drop point or spear point, whatever you want to call it, with that hammering section there. I thought that was really, really cool. Just different. I've never seen a knife like that ever. So, and that's what drew my attention the first time, not even the rareness, but you know, so right there. And then I also brought out another one that's very, very similar in shape, but obviously a bigger knife than this is going to have to be the tops. This tops here is the, which one's it? Armageddon, the Armageddon tops. And you can see there how much smaller this one is than the Armageddon tops. But again, this one's still a 1/4, they're both 1/4 inch. This one's heavier, obviously. But look at that, the blade shape's about the same. But again, if you're hiking up hills for hours, you know, on end, days on end, you're gonna want something a little lighter. This is a little lighter, a little more compact, you know, something you can stick even in your bag if you want to. This is a little more cumbersome, a little heavier. And don't even compare the handles. The handle on this just melts in your hand. It feels so good. Snugs right in the hand. This one has that little sub hilt here that it causes a hot spot. And even back here, this is a lot smoother right in here. And the actual little beak here compared to this one is sharp. So this one will start chewing at your pinky a little bit more compared to that. Just more contoured here. More. This one is just awesome in the handle. So to be honest, I'd rather take this one, even though this one's bigger. This one's going to be more comfortable, more compact, and still do probably just as much damage as this one here. So yeah, going back to this knife. So let me go over the specs real quick on this. I've written down here. So this one here is 15 inches overall length. This one here has a 9.5 inch blade length, so it's a little bit longer than the BK9. It's definitely not wider. It is a 1/4 inch, even though it's grounded down here, has swedged here, but it's still, all the rest of it's 1/4 inch thick all the way down. This one here is 22 ounces total, so it's not too bad in the weight. 22 ounces. The steel is 0170-6C. So what I was looking up online, what I could find on that is very similar. It's almost between like a 1085 and a 1095 or SK85. So it's right around there. It's like right. It's pretty much, you know, 1095, 1085, right in that area, in that realm. Super strong steel. You ain't messing this thing up, dude. It's heat treated right. Still has the Becker heat treat. People that do have these still, that use them and have them, still use them, still have them, and no issues. It looks like they're still holding up really well, you know, as long as you maintain your blade and you're not doing something stupid like throwing it against concrete. Rock hold hardness is 58 to 59. And that says here, it does come with that GV or 6V GH handle, that plastic. Pretty much it's a fancy word for plastic. It's just like glass reinforced nylon crap. Those are slick, they're slippery. But again, that's what I put on the Micarta. This one, and it came with them. This one came with it. It had this one's on it. So, and this feels so much better, and it looks way nicer. Look at that. It's beautiful. It looks great on this knife. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to show you what I came across, man. This gem I came across. Super happy, super fortunate to pick this one up. I was just blown away by the quality, by how this is like never been used, brand new, just, I mean, museum quality, man. And again, this one is a discontinued one. It's really rare, really hard to find, and in this condition, mint condition, man, I'm fortunate. Again, I'm fortunate. I'm very lucky. Like Scab says all the time, man, he's very, very blessed, right? So we're very blessed, and sometimes we get certain things that, like this, you know, that it's up our alley, man. It makes us happy. So, like I said, there's very, very few left on my list. You know, I would love to pick up a V44 buoy by Bark River. That one is on my list still. And then they come up. I see those a lot on eBay, but I refuse to pay what people want on eBay because, you know, when they do, and Bark River's still around, they still drop them. So when they do drop, if they ever do another run, I know it's far few in between, but when they do them, they're about $300, you know, between 200, 280 and 340, depending on the handle material. And I'm willing to pay that. But, you know, these guys will throw them on eBay for 500, 600, 700, double price or over. Yeah, I'm not going to pay that, especially with the company still around. It's not like it's a real rare knife in that sense. You know, they'll still make them. The company's still making them. So I'll just wait till they hopefully do another drop of that. Another one that's kind of rare, and it's not super pricey one. It's not a super high-end knife, but I just love the look of it, and I wish they would still make them because that company's still around, but they just discontinued that whole line, is the MTech Extreme Raptor. I love that look of that one. It's a thick, it's a 440C, big, huge buoy. I would love to pick that one up. That one is just awesome, but they're hard to find. They're hardly ever on eBay, probably because of that. But I mean, but again, it was an expensive knife coming out. I mean, it was like a $50 knife, $45, $50 knife when they first launched them. So I mean, if I could find one, you know, I'm not going to pay no ridiculous price. If anyone out there has it and want to sell it, let me know. But I'm willing to pay obviously more than that. But I'm not going to be paying $300 for MTech knife. So yeah, so. Yeah, that's it. There's a few, like I said, there's a very few other ones that I have on my list still, but like all the rest I've gotten. I mean, I always wanted those crocodile hunter knives. I got that. The blackjack anaconda knives, I picked up those finally. This one is on my list forever. Finally acquired this one. Man, there's just, I mean, there's so many on my list that were just that I was able to pick up. Very fortunate, very fortunate. So, all right, guys, that's it for this one. Please like, subscribe, share. And until next knife, gun, or whatever.